graduate candidates from the College of Health and Behavioral Studies, please rise and remain standing. Would the graduate candidates from the College of Integrated Science and Engineering please rise and remain standing? Would the graduate candidates from the College of Science and Mathematics please rise and remain standing? Would the graduate candidates from the College of Visual and Performing Arts please rise and remain standing? Will the audience please stand to recognize the doctoral and Master of Fine Arts candidates, faculty, and the platform party, and remain standing for the national anthem?
broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting near, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. I am Jean Martino McAllister, Professor Emeritus in the Department of Health Sciences, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies this evening. Good evening to our candidates for graduation, families and friends, faculty and administrators, members of the Board of Visitors, and all of you who are here to celebrate the achievements of the class of 2019. Please join me in thanking Ms. Reva Ryan Thompson for that wonderful rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner. We would also like to thank the JMU Graduate Quintet, comprised of John Nye, trumpet, Shelby Carico, trumpet, Josh Allman, horn, Kyle Remnant, trombone, and Osvaldo Juarez, tuba, for providing us with the music this evening. We want to make this a comfortable and safe environment tonight, so I would like to make a few announcements before we continue with the program. I ask that members of the audience please turn off cell phones, beepers, pagers, etc. during the ceremony. If you need assistance for first aid or other situations, please see an usher who will assist you. Restrooms are located on both sides of the Convocation Center. No smoking is allowed in the Convocation Center. For the benefit of the graduate and their family, the university has a professional photographer who will be taking pictures of each graduate with the president. You will be contacted by the photographer regarding the purchase of these photos. Thus, we ask that family and friends remain in their seats during the ceremony. At this time, I would like to recognize individuals who play a key role at James Madison University. Please hold your response until everyone has been introduced. Each individual will stand as I introduce them. First, I would like to recognize Mr. Jonathan R. Elger, President of James Madison University, Dr. Heather Coltman, Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs. Thank you. You may be seated. On the stage are members of the James Madison University's Board of Visitors, Mrs. Mary Beth Herod, Rector, Mrs. Vanessa Evans-Grievous, Mr. Matthew Gray Keeling, Mrs. Maggie Reagan. I would also like to recognize the university's vice presidents, Mrs. Donna Harper, Vice President for Access and Enrollment Management, Dr. Nick Langridge, Vice President for Advancement, Dr. Tim Miller, Vice President for Student Affairs. I would also like to recognize other members of the administration. Dr. Linda Halpern, Vice Provost for University Programs, Dr. Anthony Tongan, Interim Vice Provost for Research and Scholarship. Thank you. You may be seated. On the platform are the representatives for the university's colleges. Dr. Robert Aguirre, Dean of the College of Arts and Letters, Dr. Cynthia Byerly, Dean of the College of Science and Mathematics, Dr. Jeff Bush, Acting Dean of the College of Visual and Performing Arts, Dr. Michael Biesing, Dean of the College of Business, Dr. Ji Chen, Dean of the Graduate School, Dr. Robert Colvord, Dean of the College of Integrated Science and Engineering, Dr. Sharon Lovell, Dean of the College of Health and Behavioral Studies, Dr. Brad Newcomer, Dean of the Honors College, Dr. Philip Wishon, Dean of the College of Education. Also seated on the platform is Speaker of the Faculty Senate, Dr. Mark Piper, Associate Professor in Philosophy. Thank you. You all may be seated. Seated with the graduates are the graduate program directors and graduate faculty from the academic departments. Would you please stand and be recognized? Thank you. You may be seated. I now invite President Alger to deliver greetings.
Good evening. On behalf of the entire James Madison University community, let me offer a warm welcome to families, friends, faculty, staff, board members, honored guests, and, most importantly, our graduates. You know, on a night like tonight, we might ask ourselves why, in this age of technology and extreme busyness, why do we take the time to pause, dress in this formal academic regalia, and mark these occasions with this centuries-old commencement tradition? Well, one reason is it's a lot of fun to get to wear the bling tonight. But I think we do so because this ceremony marks a really important milestone, not just for our institution, but also in the lives of our graduates. It connects us to the past and to the future. It's a moment that reminds us what it means to be fully human and to reach for the best in ourselves. It's a moment that reminds us why the work of higher education matters so much to society. To our graduate students, you've made it. You've dreamed big dreams, that's right. Set lofty goals and pushed yourselves to significant academic achievements. Yes, we gather tonight to acknowledge your tremendous accomplishments and hard work, but it takes a team of people to make this moment a reality. Higher education, after all, is a team sport. Along the way, you've received continual support from family and friends who care deeply about you. So, let's give your parents, families, and friends in the audience a round of applause. Thank you all. Your team also includes the faculty and staff here at JMU who devote their lives and careers to sharing their knowledge with you, and who strive to create a learning environment in which you can reach your full potential. They have challenged you, mentored you, and encouraged you to bring out your best. So let's hear it for all the faculty and staff who contribute to graduate education at JMU. You have learned from all of them, but we have also learned from you. You've asked probing questions, engaged in cutting-edge research, and completed ambitious projects that will expand the impact of our university. Thank you for sharing the gifts of your intelligence and insights with our community. You might feel like you're leaving us today, but let me share a secret with you. This place never really leaves you. You will always be a Duke, and the relationships you've established with professors, staff, peers, and others can and will last long after the final class, exam, or research paper. Those relationships are the gift we share with one another today, a gift that is truly priceless. Speaking of gifts, it's now your turn to share your gifts with the world. Yes, you leave here with new extra letters after your name, and those extra letters tell the world that you now have special expertise in your field. Every day and every part of your life, you will have opportunities to put your education to good use. Sometimes there will be obvious applications as you advance in your profession or pursue further research in your field of study. Sometimes, however, the opportunities to use your education are less obvious, but no less profound. For example, how will you deal with difficult situations or people? And how will you overcome obstacles that you never anticipated? How can you improve the lives of people and communities around you, especially as your lives become busier? At JMU, we always stress the importance of being a part of a larger community. As you go forth, never lose sight of the fact that you will always be part of a larger world with big problems that can be tackled only when we recognize that we need to work collaboratively. And as graduates of James Madison University, you know how to work well and play well with others. You know how to roll up your sleeves and take initiative. And if you focus more on what you can offer to the world than on what the world owes you, you will lead a happier and more fulfilling life. So, to the class of 2019, congratulations, good luck, keep dreaming big, and go Dukes! And now, it's my special honor to introduce today's commencement speaker, Dr. Edna Reed. Dr. Reed's cutting-edge research career has included distinguished service in the FBI and as a professor in JMU's Intelligence Analysis program. At JMU, she created and taught new courses in cyber intelligence. Dr. Reed also designed our new graduate certificate program in cyber intelligence, focused on enhancing critical thinking, problem solving, networking, and analytical skills as students explore, categorize, and assess threats and adversaries in the cyber domain. As you might expect, Dr. Reed's students are in high demand these days. Prior to coming to JMU, Dr. Reed served as an intelligence analyst at the FBI. She's taught at several institutions, including the University of Arizona, where she was a lead research scientist in the Artificial Intelligence Lab, Clarion University, San Jose State University, and Rutgers. She's also been an associate professor with Nanyang Business School at NTU Singapore, and served as the president of the Society of Competitive Intelligence Professionals Singapore. Dr. Reed's interests range from gamification to strategic analysis of cyber threat environments. She conducts research in cyber intelligence tradecraft and in new methodologies for analyzing the cyber environment, cyber threat actors, and cyber deception. I hope she can actually talk about some of this. This is top secret stuff here. But Dr. Reed is a great example of someone who has used her own graduate education as a springboard for lifelong learning. She has inspired future generations of scholars and leaders with her brilliance, creativity, and passion. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Edna Reed to the podium.
At first, I was not sure he was talking about me. President Alger, members of the Board of Visitors, faculty and administration, distinguished guests, parents and friends, and especially the JMU Graduate School, class of 2019. I know you're proud. I'm honored to spend this evening with you, to share some of my horror stories with you, because they include stories of getting dumped by my boyfriend and going to get a doctorate degree because I needed to get out of town. So I've organized these stories into 3 themes. One of them is to enhance your own self-confidence. And I'll share a story about that. The second theme is to find and develop your passion. And the third theme is to create your own path. And I challenge you to create your own path in a non-traditional way. Now, let me start with enhancing your self-confidence. I am from a big family, 12 kids. And I graduated from Dunbar High School in Washington, D.C. Hey, Dunbar. But it was not necessarily a good time for me. At the graduation ceremony, I realized that my strategic goal in life was to get a clerk typist job in the federal government, climb the federal government career ladder, get married, and raise my family. Because that's all I thought I could do. So here I am, sitting in the graduation ceremony, just like you're doing tonight. But I noticed that on the back of the program, my name was listed for a 4-year scholarship to DC Teachers College. I knew that was a mistake. I barely had a C average getting through high school. Not only did I have a difficult time with my subjects, oftentimes, if my brother wasn't around, I was a victim of bullying. I was a very shy person, very quiet. So when I saw my name on the back of the program, I knew that Mrs. Lewis, the secretary for Dunbar High School, that she had made a mistake. I wasn't going to college. I wasn't college material, and I couldn't handle the academic work. So after the graduation ceremony, I tracked her down, and I politely mentioned that she had made some typographical errors. Oh, she got me mixed up with somebody else. Because my name was listed for a 4-year scholarship. I didn't apply to any college or universities. And so she said, it's no mistake. You're going to college, you're going to graduate, and you're going to be a dynamic teacher. I'm good in following instructions. So if she said I was going to college, I was going to college. And I said, are you sure? And to give you some background, a context, in the family, the large family I grew up with, I was a middle child. I had a brother a year older than me, Donald, smart as a whip. 2 younger sisters, Jacqueline and Nita, also smart. And I was in the middle. I was steady, I was slow, but I would finish. I was steady, I was slow, but I would finish. That's all they could say about me. And when we got together, oftentimes I was a topic of the family joke. Edna's probably still studying, because, it would take me longer. So I got used to being like the underdog. But I didn't realize that I had hidden talent, that other people saw things in me that I didn't even see in myself. So I followed Mrs. Lewis' instruction. I went to DC Teachers College. I worked hard. I was a part-time assistant in a school library down the street. And in 4 years, I graduated. But in that process, I realized that I can do more than become a clerk typist and work my way up the federal government chain. I could do more. So those 4 years at DC Teachers, I was able to gradually build my own self-confidence. I was able to realize, even though I'm a C student, I'm slower, I finish. I'm steady, I'll finish. You may have left the room, I could still be doing the assignment, but I'm going to finish and I'm going to give it my all. So that became my trademark. And I didn't fool myself. I couldn't be as smart as Jacqueline, I couldn't be as smart as Donald, I couldn't be as smart as Nita, but I could finish. And that is part of my trademark. I'm a finisher. So my second theme, because you can tell by then I had developed my confidence. I started to believe in myself. And you know, as you go through life, you realize other people see more in you than you see in yourself. And that's what I learned at DC Teachers, that over the years, so many people encouraged me. So many people mentored me. So many people saw the spark in me that to me, it was hidden. But by the time I graduated from DC Teachers, I knew who I was. So my second theme is to find and develop your passion. Your passion. What is it that you wake up in the morning thinking about? What is it that gives you joy? What is it that you can see doing, developing, improving 5 or 10 years from now? And I realized that my passion is information analysis. I love analyzing information. So after I graduated from DC Teachers, my luck was really bad. It was a surplus of elementary teachers. I couldn't get a job except to be a substitute teacher. Now, as I mentioned earlier, while I was at DC Teachers College, I worked part-time down the street at a school library. The school media specialist said, "Edna, I have a proposition for you. I will pay your tuition if you go get your master's." And I said, you know what? This is a wrong deal for me. All I want is a good job. I made it through undergraduate, but I don't want to try a master's degree. I don't want to run out of luck. So she convinced me that I could do it. So I said, okay, I'll go into the MBA program. You know, I love the College of Business. And she said, that's not part of the contract. I said, okay, read me the fine print. What are the conditions for this free money? So the condition was that I would go and get a master's in library science at DC Teachers College. And I said, no way, Jose. I'm from the ghetto, and my crowd does not go to the library. Because in the 70s and 80s, it was not cool to be seen in the library. You know, if you want to be a square and you want nobody to date you, then you hang out at the library. But that's not the case today, but that was the case back then. You know, you don't hang out in the library if you're from the ghetto. So she said, those are my terms. So I said, okay, I don't have a job. I'm tired of being a substitute teacher, and nobody's offered me a better deal. So I went to the University of Maryland, got my master's in library science. Interesting experience. After I graduated, I got a job at the MITRE Corporation, and later I got a job as a school media specialist. But this is when things start getting interesting. I hate to admit this, but my boyfriend got married on me, and he didn't marry me. I couldn't believe it. I didn't even realize there was another woman in the picture. That's how, they say love is blind. So I had two options. I could stay in the DC area and probably wind up going to jail, or I could relocate. So what I did was to apply for doctorate programs on the West Coast, in the Midwest, in the South, anywhere, in Canada, as long as it's not on the East Coast. And I got into several, but I went to the University of Southern California. Now, while I was there, I had the privilege of going to different conferences. At one conference, let me just regress. As a minority in an organization, you kind of make eye contact with other minorities, to see if they're going to speak, see if they're going to recognize you, because sometimes they look right through you. So I was at this conference, and I saw this woman of color. So I made eye contact, and she recognized me, so we started talking. I didn't want to get embarrassed to go up to her, and she's not going to talk to me. So we started talking, and it turns out she was a CIA recruiter. And she convinced me to apply for a position at the CIA. And I said, CIA is an organization that did the syphilis experiment on people of color. And I don't think I can walk around in my neighborhood if I'm working for the CIA. I would actually have to move. Because, they would catch me in the alley and beat me up as a traitor. But she convinced me that if you want to change things, if you want to understand how things are done, you need to become part of it. You need to go in the inside. So I joined the CIA, and I tell you, I learned that information is power. Information is powerful. The whole act of identifying, gathering, triangulating, validating, analyzing, and visualizing information, and how it can influence people, it can influence a nation, and it can influence people who are about to vote. I learned that at the CIA. Now, while I was there, you need to understand that when I left University of Southern California, I was an ABD. What's that? All but dissertation. That's right. You don't get that degree until you do that dissertation. All but dissertation. And I have a sister up there in the corner, and she'll tell you, she paid my bills, she fixed my meals, she washed my clothes, she would wake me up, because to do a dissertation took all of my energy. But I was working for the CIA, and I did my dissertation on terrorism. I analyzed terrorism researchers. They have this invisible college of terrorism researchers who network, they share information, they share funding, and this was back in the 80s. So people who knew me said, nobody cares about terrorism. Why are you doing a dissertation on terrorism? I said, because I really think it's going to be an important topic. That was in the 80s. After 9/11, those same people tracked me down to apologize. They said, you saw where terrorism was going to be important. Yes, I saw it. And I enjoyed analyzing terrorism in the groups. But I also knew that if we're going to get ahead of the terrorism threat, we need to look at the groups as individuals. We need to understand their social, cultural, economic, political, technological perspectives. And that's also true in cybersecurity. You have to look at hackers as individuals who are motivated. So here I am doing my doctorate dissertation for the CIA, and I'm being paid to do the dissertation. They transferred me to a special research group, and I was doing the dissertation. It was unclassified. but it was great to do the dissertation on CIA's dime. And when I finished the dissertation, I went back to my position and they demoted me. I was shocked too, But then I realized I had more education than everybody in that department. But even at the CIA, I was mentored. And people told me, apply for this job in the terrorism section. And that's what I did. I didn't let it discourage me. I continued to pursue this passion for analyzing emerging fields, emerging specializations. And terrorism in the 80s was an emerging specialization. So I was able to find my passion, develop my passion. And after 5 years at the CIA, people said, you need to leave. I said, leave? They paid for my dissertation. I'm transferred to this terrorism office, and they respect me, and I'm making a contribution. They said, you don't understand. You leave the government, you go to a defense contractor, you come back in to the government, and you're making $15,000 more. I told you, I follow instructions. I left. And I came back as a contractor doing very similar work for the CIA. And it was interesting being inside. Now, this was in the 80s. So my third theme for you is to create your own path. So we're going to fast forward now to 2009. I'm at the University of Arizona. I'm in their artificial intelligence lab. And the principal investigator says, you need to go and work in the FBI. And I said, oh no, I don't want to go back to the federal government. He said, no, you are a methodologist. You know how to analyze information, how to identify patterns, and that's what the government needs after 9/11. Then people that I met at the FBI said, you need to come and join us, because after 9/11, the FBI analysts were entry-level people. They had either just gotten their master's or just gotten their undergraduate degree. And they need more experienced people to join them. So I accepted the FBI's offer. And we had a terrible terrorism incident in the US. So the FBI set up a task force, 24 hours. So we had to work one of 3 different shifts. And when you look at what happened in terms of the terrorism event, Congress was telling Director Mueller that he needed to come up on the Hill and answer some questions. Now, the FBI has 56 field offices, so the field office had the case. But once the terrorism event happened, after the bombing, then the case comes to headquarters. So before Mr. Mueller would go to the Hill, he said, I want my headquarters analysts to analyze that social media data. And it was over 15,000 postings. That's why they had 24-hour shifts. So when I was assigned, I said, what are the guidelines? Do you have a lexicon, a list of terms? What are we looking for in the social media data? So they gave me a loose answer. You know how you have an instructor who gives you an assignment, but there's so many holes in the assignment, you don't know how to get started. So I said, okay, I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to do a content analysis of the social media data. And I created my own lexicon from the data. And then I said, okay, I need to understand this person who we think actually committed the bombing. So I started looking at videos. These videos were produced by the group he was associated with. I started listening to their podcasts. I would look at their website, because I wanted to get into their mind. I wanted to understand their environment. So after looking at the web resources, I was able to analyze the social media data, and I identified the fact that in the social media data, they use in-group speak. You ever heard of that? In-group speak? It's a big thing in the ghetto. We're talking to each other. You know, somebody comes by, they're not from the ghetto. They don't even know what we're talking about because the terms have double meanings. And if you're not a member of the group, you don't understand the true meaning. So I found in the social media data that they were using in-group speak, where they had a hidden meaning. And I was able to decipher that code and identify how that particular suspect had sent signals to these other people about the attack, that he was planning the attack. And in my summary, it turns out that it went all the way up to Director Mueller. And I had to brief the director of the FBI. I had been there 18 months. I had identified a pattern. I briefed the director, and my career at the FBI took off after that because they realized that I had research skills that they weren't very common with most analysts. So what I've done, or what I did while I was at the FBI, was to take the methodologies that I was very familiar with, like content analysis, citation analysis, and I used them in cybersecurity to analyze hackers. And I realized that hackers are just another adversary, and that we need to analyze them from a multidisciplinary perspective, and that there's no discipline in the world or no profession that's not impacted by hackers and data breaches and cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is everywhere. So it doesn't matter if your profession is healthcare or marketing or accounting. You need to look and identify what is the cybersecurity nexus for your profession. How does cybersecurity tie in with your profession? Because people are creating their own jobs in the cybersecurity space because they're looking for marketing, cybersecurity analysts, healthcare, cybersecurity analysts, accounting, cybersecurity analysts. So I challenge you in closing that regardless of what your profession is, you should look for the cybersecurity nexus for your profession because you can create your own path. You can develop your own specialization, and those who are graduating in education, they need people who can teach cybersecurity. People who are leaving with their HR degree, a master's in HR, they're finding that when they start the job, they have to understand cybersecurity. So do yourselves a favor, because you're already lifelong learners. Look at cybersecurity and identify how it relates to your field. When you do that and you go to a meeting, that will set you apart from everybody else in that meeting. Because cybersecurity and the hackers and the data breaches and the ransomware is not going to go away. But we need to approach it from a multidisciplinary perspective. I challenge you to create your own path and look at it from a cyber perspective. Congratulations to all of the graduates, and I thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Reed, for those invigorating remarks. James Madison University is fortunate to have faculty like you, always willing to share their wisdom, scholarship, and professional expertise with us. And now, let's turn our focus to what this evening is truly about, our graduate students. Annually, the Graduate School presents awards for excellence in scholarship, innovation, and engagement. We'd like to recognize the award recipients at this time. The Outstanding Thesis and Research Project Award recognizes superior scholarship, research, and writing in a master's thesis or culminating educational specialist project. The awardees are Nicole Gregg from Psychological Sciences, Catherine Shedden, Communication and Advocacy, and John Stapleton, Music Education. The Outstanding Dissertation Award recognizes superior scholarship, research, and writing in a doctoral dissertation or MFA document. The awardees are Dr. Donica Pfeiffer, Communication Sciences and Disorders, and Dr. Gregory Harris, Strategic Leadership Studies. The Graduate School Innovation Award recognizes outstanding innovation throughout a student's graduate career. Students nominated should have demonstrated a track record of innovation and creativity in their program of study, showcasing the student's success in introducing new ideas, processes, methods, creative expressions, or products or devices as part of their academic study. The 2019 awardee is Stevie Schickel Lee from Sport and Recreation Leadership. The Graduate School Community Engagement Award honors a graduate student's exemplary project-based work in the community, demonstrating the interconnection between the academic goals of the student's program and the needs of the community. This year's awardee is Janet Hostetter, Doctor of Musical Arts. The final award is the Graduate School Civic Engagement Award, which honors a graduate student's academic, co-curricular, or service activities that exemplify JMU's vision of civic engagement. Awardees have a demonstrated track record of curricular or co-curricular projects that cultivate sustainable, collaborative relationships with community partners. The 2019 awardee is Everett Brubaker, Communication and Advocacy. I would now like to call on Dr. Mark Piper, Speaker of the Faculty Senate, who will endorse the graduate candidates on behalf of the faculty.
Thank you, Dr. Coltman. How is everybody? We are about 2 minutes away from the end of your time as students and the beginning of your time as graduates. This is, as it were, the final grade, and I am honored here to speak for the faculty, especially the graduate faculty. The faculty of James Madison University is pleased to endorse the candidacy of these members of the class of 2019 for doctoral, Master of Fine Arts, Educational Specialist, and Master's degrees. On behalf of the faculty, I request Dr. Coltman to present the candidates to President Alger for conferring of their degrees.
It is a long-standing academic tradition to hood doctoral degree recipients. The color of the hood is unique to each academic institution, and in the case of JMU, I'm pretty sure the colors are purple and the doctoral degree represents the highest level of academic achievement awarded by the university. So, will our 2019 candidates for doctoral degrees please rise as you are able? President Alger, will you please join me at the lectern? President Alger, I'm pleased to present the candidates for the doctoral degrees. They have fulfilled all academic requirements, have been approved by the graduate faculty, and are entitled to receive the appropriate degree.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia and the Board of Visitors of James Madison University, I now declare that you are graduates of James Madison University with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities afforded you under your degree and as alumni of this university.
Will the graduates for the doctoral degrees please come forward? As I introduce each doctoral degree recipient and their dissertation directors, the directors will hood the graduates. The degree recipients for the Doctor of Philosophy in Assessment and Measurement are Dr. Tai Kwan Am, dissertation director, Dr. Dina A. Pastor. Dissertation title, Are all cognitive items equally prone to position effects? Exploring the relationships among item features and position effects. Congratulations, Dr. Ong. The degree recipients for the Doctor of Philosophy in Counseling and Supervision are Dr. Mina Makran Atia, dissertation director, Dr. A. Renee Staten. Sojourners in This Place, an explanatory, sequential, mixed method study examining foreign-born and immigrant experiences of acculturation and professional identity development in counseling. Congratulations, Dr. Atia. Dr. Summer Ashley George, dissertation director, Dr. Lennis G. Echterling. Attachment in middle childhood among foster and adopted children. Preliminary validation of a behavioral observation system. Congratulations, Dr. George. Dr. Tiffany Danielle Sutherland, dissertation director, Dr. Michelle K. Keelty. Dissertation title, Let the Church Say Amen, a qualitative study exploring the experiences of African American pastors providing mental health support. Congratulations, Dr. Sutherland. The degree recipients for the Doctor of Philosophy and Strategic Leadership Studies are Dr. Kathleen Smith Snyder, dissertation director, Dr. Benjamin S. Selznick. Dissertation title, Failure to Launch, Advancing the Case for Financial Literacy Interventions in Post-Secondary Education. Congratulations, Dr. Snyder. The degree recipients for the Doctor of Audiology in Clinical Audiology are Dr. Victoria Ashley Andre, dissertation director, Dr. Yingzhu Ni. Dissertation title, Music and Speech Perception in Children Using Sung Speech, Effects of Neurocognitive Factors. Congratulations, Dr. Andre. Dr. Leanne Morgan Browning, dissertation co-directors, Dr. Yingzhu Ni and Dr. Ayaskanta Rout. Dissertation title, Audiologists' Preferences in Programming Cochlear Implants. Congratulations, Dr. Browning. Dr. Logan Grace Faust. Dissertation Director, Dr. Lincoln C. Gray. Dissertation title, The Test, Retest Reliability of Binaural Processing Tasks at Home versus a Clinical Environment. Congratulations, Dr. Faust. Dr. Anna Eudora Lothan. Dissertation Director, Dr. Lincoln C. Gray. Dissertation title, Auditory and Somatosensory Prepulse Inhibition in Mice. Congratulations, Dr. Lothan. Dr. Dakota Michael Sharp. Dissertation Director, Dr. Ayaskanta Rout. Dissertation title, Subjective Differences Between Premium and Mid-Level Digital Hearing Aids. Congratulations, Dr. Sharp. The degree recipients for the Doctor of Psychology in Combined Integrated Clinical and School Psychology are Dr. Kirsten Alexis Drucker, Dissertation Director, Dr. Trevor F. Stokes. Dissertation title, Using Distance Coaching for Modified Parent-Child Interaction Therapy and Modified Teacher-Child Interaction Training for Students with Emotional and Behavioral Difficulties, a Case Study. Congratulations, Dr. Drucker. Dr. Caroline Elizabeth Fulton. Dissertation Director, Dr. Elena A. Savina. Dissertation title, Building Teachers' Emotional Competence, a Transactional Training Model. Congratulations, Dr. Fulton. Dr. Patrick Ellis Kenny. Dissertation Director, Dr. Craig N. Sheely. Dissertation title, Cultivating the Sustainably Gendered Self. Congratulations, Dr. Kenny. Dr. Kelly Dijak LeBlanc. Dissertation Director, Dr. Craig N. Sheely. Dissertation title, The EI Leadership Model, From Theory and Research to Real-World Application. Congratulations, Dr. LeBlanc. The degree recipients for the Doctor of Musical Arts are Dr. Lydia Ruth Carroll. Document Director, Dr. Beth E. Chandler. Document title, Music for a New Era, Selected Works Dedicated to Flutist Louis Fleury from 1878 to 1926. Congratulations, Dr. Carroll. Dr. Janet Marie Hostetter. Document Director, Dr. Joanne van der Vat Cromie. Document title, Tone Production, Musicianship Training, Repertoire Development, Performance Practice, a pedagogical overview of selected international children's choirs. Congratulations, Dr. Hostetter. Dr. Shi-Chen Lo. Document Director, Dr. Gabriel T. Dobner. Document title, Affective Tonal Key Characteristics in Beethoven's Music, Connecting Tonality to Tempo, Character, and Interpretation. Thank you, and congratulations all. You may be seated. Will the candidate for the Master of Fine Arts degree, a terminal degree for the discipline, please rise as you are able. President Alger, I'm pleased to present the candidate for the Masters of Fine Arts degree. He has fulfilled all academic requirements, has been approved by the graduate faculty, and is entitled to receive the appropriate degree.
And now, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia and the Board of Visitors of James Madison University, I now declare that you are a graduate of James Madison University, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities afforded you under your degree and as an alumnus of this university.
Will the graduate for the Master of Fine Arts please come forward? As I introduce this gentleman with his Master of Fine Arts degree and his thesis exhibition director, the director will hood the graduate. Our degree recipient for the Master of Fine Arts is Chris Neal Cohen. The thesis director is Dr. Cole H. Welter. And the title of the exhibit is White Noise. Now, we will recognize the remaining graduates, those receiving educational specialist and master's degrees. Will the candidates for the educational specialist and master's degrees please rise as you are able? President Alger, I am pleased to present the candidates for the educational specialist and master's degrees. They have fulfilled all academic requirements, have been approved by the graduate faculty, and are entitled to receive the appropriate degree.
Are you ready? All right, one more time. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia and the Board of Visitors of James Madison University, I now declare that you are graduates of James Madison University. All right. With all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities afforded you under your degree and as alumni of this university.
Please be seated, and we will begin recognizing you individually. I ask that Dean Chen from the Graduate School come to the podium to present the educational specialist and master's degree graduates.
You ready? Okay. Other graduate degrees being awarded today include the educational specialist, the Master of Arts, the Master of Arts in Teaching, the Master of Business Administration, the Master of Education, the Master of Music, the Master of Public Administration, the Master of Science, the Master of Science in Education, the Master of Science in Nursing. Each of the college's deans will assist President Alger in recognizing the graduates from their respective colleges. Dr. Aguirre, will you please?
Will the master's degree candidates from the College of Arts and Letters please rise and come forward?
Vine Oniprebi Adowi. Everett Neff Brubaker. Amanda Sue Dabney. Karan Dinger. Ryan Chase Dunn. Felisa Gonzalez. Taylor Lee Jackson. Emily Elizabeth Cole. Trent Divinity Pace. Art Pacon. Jennifer Angela Principe. Ayat Sami Rashid. Rebecca Ann Rosen. Zelda Nadaya Tacky. Misty Ione Tippett. Camilla Arlette Wilkerson. Blake Elizabeth Bergstrom. Anthony Charles Green. Morgan Brittany Pendleton. Valerie Christine Shorter. Naomi E. Ulmer. William Carlton Arney. Jolynn Bartley. Amanda Cruz Bomfim. Lindsay Claire Broman. Robert Taylor Gerald. Tasia Renee Butler. Caleb Hunter Ferguson. Madison Lynn Hall. Connor Ryan Jennings. Jack Trask Nighting. Sarah Melissa Featherstone. Logan Sparks Farrow. Blake Nicole Lubinsky. Caitlin Ray Petty. Nina Varma. Morgan Elizabeth Alexander Vega Gomez.
Will the master's degree graduates from the College of Business please rise and come forward?
Michael Joseph Barry. David Bradley Baxter. Ty Harmon Burris. Hannah Ruth Caldwell. Isabella B. Chua. John Stephen Collinson. Anna Mary Copley. Joseph Mickey Cora. Michael Alexander Koss. Patrick Michael Kunin. Lawrence Andrew Devonzo. Ryan Cole David. Hannah Lee Donahue. Eliana Peck Friedman. Ryan Michael Gavinsky. Andre Wade Hubash. Ryan Philip Hernandez. Ryan Michael Hooper. Delaney Ford Ivans O'Keefe. Carrie Barbara Joyce. Taylor Evco Kelly. Matthew Joseph Nepper. Robert Post Kurtzman. Anthony Michael Lazzaroni. Zachary Thomas Lamorta. Monica Jessie Lynn. Lauren Maxwell. Erin Leela McDermott. Brandon Scott Myers. Marky Marie Millsap. Michaela Kiani Osanega. Bryant Richard Patterson. Benjamin August Heifer. Morgan Charles Potter. Delicia Joanne Renderos. Mohammed Omer Salim. Mackenzie Catherine Sanders. Robert Jackson Schmidt. Cameron Walker Shallow. Thomas Leonard Sheen. Matthew Kyle Shiflett. Isabel Caroline Strasser. Timothy Daniel Strykowitz. Taylor May Zeligowski. Andre John Vasilidius. Frank Matthew Vince. Troy Brandon Walker. Kelsey Lynn Whitney. Zachary Daniel Young. Nishank Chandrabraha. Mohammed Naif Al-Kasi. Wendy Warford Amato. James Michael Bowley. Usman Chaudhry. Raymond Gay. Daniel Anders Hillman. Geneva Grace Hodges. Ian Thomas Gering. Colleen Elaine Jeton. Cassie Lane Mowbray. Nathan David Oliver. Corey S. Payne. Michael Edward Reynolds. Megan Verts Rogers. Isaac James Shelley. Jeffrey Wayne Sullivan. Siobhan Neela Tabatabai. Christopher Joseph Trent. Christopher Stephen Tutuska. Brian Joseph Unnerstall. David Gregory Waiter. Courtney Ann Ambrose. Yannick Stefan Franz. Dominic Joseph Infante. David Dong Tai Lee. Stephanie Schickel Lee. Jesse Storm Longest. Carissa Aaron Miller. Shay Heather Nelson. J. Tyler Pence. Ashley Marie Perez. Justin Michael Petak. Tajay Antoinette Pledger. Catherine Elizabeth Reagan. Lauren Marie Sander. David Jared Shiley. Andrew Green Stafford.
Will the master's degree graduates from the College of Education please rise and come forward?
Doris Debo Bashuna. Lisa Kim Haydash. Denise K. Miller. Venus Shandace Miller. Emma Catherine Sawyer. Robert Peter Zafel Jr. Jordan Elizabeth Ayler. Daniel Robert Dickey Jr. Patrick Brady Houseman. Jacob Scott Hauser. Amy Stevens McCarter. Rachel Grace Peters. Richard Allen Skelton Jr. Marissa Lee Spurlock. Isabella Morena Yearwood. Alexis Ann Schmid. Allison Taylor Arpasian. Fabiana Arzubugia. Morgan Lee Ayers. Catherine Jean Bailey. Christine Marie Barberi. Caitlin Renee Barris. Marissa Anastasia Barrios. Allison Elizabeth Bodmer. Caitlin Michelle Berner. Juliana Marie Bognar. Lindsay Paige Bonner. Mackenzie Brianne Boucher. Sarah Lynn Bridegum. Caitlin Elizabeth Brown. Sarah Frances Burleson. Melanie Rose Callahan. Kendra Nicole Carrier. Brianna Lee Casey. Catherine Michelle Catanzaro. Nicole Agnes Chesney. Erin Maureen Christian. Michaela Fallon Colarossi. Brittany Lynn Cole. Chelsea Elaine Constantine. Shelby Nicole Cook. Nicolette Lee Corsi. Madeline Rose Dan. Kristen Annette Davison. Victoria Elizabeth Dean. Monica Rose Dish. Elizabeth Helen Doherty. Megan Elizabeth Driscoll. Danielle Marie Early. Mary Claire Eck. Megan Elizabeth Eckel. Lauren Justina Isley. Paige Augusta Ensminger. Sarah Catherine Fadley. Cassidy Michelle Fleming. Kristen Kelly Flynn. Christina Marie Fowler. Caitlin Elizabeth Fowler. Mackenzie Noel Frakes. Thea Kimberly Fraser. Chandler Elizabeth Gentry. Lauren Michelle Gottfried. Caitlin Laura Grizzard. Courtney Yates Gunn. Tara Ashlyn Hadley. Emily Jo Hall. Amanda Michelle Harnedy. Kristen Renee Harris. Kara Elizabeth Hitalbiddle. Caitlin Renee Hopkinson. Anna Marie Hornberger. Jennifer Denise Hunt. Brittany Christine Hughes. Heidi Leanne Hutton. Alexandra Jean Jenkins. Kaylin Elizabeth Jernigan. Caitlin Blair Jones. Bailey Marie Katsarelis. Mary Catherine Kelleher. Victoria Elizabeth Clear. Alexander David Constantin. Jessica Ann Kukunich. Haley Michelle Kunze. Samantha J. Lane. Angela Lee. Sarah Elizabeth Leeper. Sue Hyun Lim. Rosalie Ann List. Kayla Erin Litovsky. Ashley Elizabeth Little. Simone Michelle Library. Caitlin Jean Long. Claire Madison Lorenz. Emma Catherine Lowery. Patrick Jude Martin Jr. Catherine Walker Matthews. Corey Leanne Mayhew. Emily Afton McAllister. Deidre Margaret McCarthy. Molly Kate McGee. Meredith Lee Moncure. Joanna Sarah Muller. Abigail Joelle Myers. Kate McGinley Nelson. Grace Elaine Nemeth. Sydney Odenwelder. Anna Adair O'Flaherty. Erica Jisoo Park. Catherine Molly Parker. Abby Jordan Phillips. Michelle Christina Planchak. Kelly Nicole Quigley. Catherine Jenna Rasmussen. Emily Caroline Rathburn. Megan Marie Reinhardt. Michelle Erin Ritter. Hannah Melina Rock. Hope Daniel Rowland. Megan Ann Russell. Erin Kathleen Schneeberger. Julie Glennon Schroeder. Miranda Shea Scoggin. Katie Irene Scupp. Julia Nicole Siemens. Alexandra Zena Setash. Madison Ella Sherman. Christy Nicole Shiflett. Lakin Kiera Simmons. Melanie Marie Southard. Morgan Lacey Stallard. Jennifer Christine Stewart. Julia Ashley Stevens Stringer. Miranda Elaine Sullivan. Catherine Savala. Jessica Lynn Tamas. Ronald Timothy Terry. Jessica Elizabeth Topol. Hannah Christine Barcelona. Megan Amber Viersigas. Natalie Danielle Wayner. Erica Marie Walker. Kelsey Shea Wallace. Ashley Stewart Warren. Darcy Nicole Warren. Lauren Elizabeth Weiner. Courtney Alice Williams. Megan Elizabeth Woodford. Alexis Morgan Weidler. Mally Elizabeth Ziegler. Lauren Jefferson. Katie Elizabeth Bagley. Brittany Ann Bell. Sarah Elizabeth Davidson. Kelly Nicole Dooley. Claire Elizabeth Gardner. Sedona Marguerite Hanks. Sarah Elizabeth Justin. Sydney Jacqueline Christek. Robin Teresa Lauber. Shay Colleen Manship. Megan Ann Markwell. Rebecca Christine Paulson. Christina Marie McGuire. Jessica Lee Ron. Megan Elizabeth Reedy. Scarlett Lee Taylor. Megan Kelly Toole. Lindsay Noel Kraus. Ashley Nan Karan. Emily Christine Kamau. Ashton Elizabeth Elmore. Ellie Corrine Gavin. Sean Christopher Kingsbury. Morgan Quinn Miller. Myrtle Teresa Mines. Sarah Elizabeth Pope. Jesse Warren Sullivan. Emma Page Ware. Kathleen Elizabeth Willett. Annie Elizabeth Banton. Rachel Nicole Barton. Dylan Michael Bachman. Sarah Nicole Bogle. Stephanie Ann Bruno. Nathan Daniel Buholtz. Kayla Lynn Buckles. Chris Glenn Carr. Kathleen Jennifer Castellano. Kayla Claire Canolis. Caitlin Collins Clark. Bria Leanne Coleman. Clay Elizabeth Connor. Julia Marie Day. McCoy David Douglason. John Patrick Drosch. Jessica Ray Eckhoff. Destiny Lynn Foley. Nicholas Rafael Diaz. Deanna Rhinese Forbes. Hannah Reed Forte. Sarah Jane Fawkes. Joseph Wayne Funkhauser. Alexandra Malia Gherkin. Victoria Marie Gordon. Hunter Bradford Griffiths. Taylor Ann Gookert. Alyssa Ann Guthrie. Anita Maria Harrington. Danielle Spencer Harris. David Andrew Hartbarger. Derek Alexander Johnson. Rachel Jeanette Jones. Madison Kate Cambick. Sarah Nicole Lassiter. Nadia Charles Liss. Amy Elizabeth Lutic. Laura Catherine Mills. Paulina Gwynn. Lauren Dawn Obaugh. Emma Gray O'Brien. Tiernan Morgus O'Work. Alexandria Joanna Riddell. Elena Maria Romsberg. Shannon Ashby Sandridge. Colton Ray Schuler. Kaylee Taylor Smith. Sydney Jane Smith. Haley Elizabeth Stewart. Stephen Gregory Sudik. David Wayne Cybers. Goher Tahir. Claudio Uriel Torres. Morgan Eileen Treon. Tyler James Tully. Elena Renee Zoll. Robert Lee Knoll III. Megan Lewis Beam. Britton Gregory Boyce. Elena Suzanne Cross. Taylor Mackenzie Crowder. Rachel Elena Drysdott. Anne Cunningham Downing. Natalie Jane Duncan. Emily Elizabeth Harrell. Ava Simone Kay. Cithali Gutierrez Sosa. Emma Jane Kremer. Julia Ruth Lucas. Melanie Ann McLaughlin. Marley Catherine Moore. Anna Maria Balfour. Jessica Kennedy Sorrello. Alexis Elizabeth Russell. Amanda Taylor Cousin. Cindy Marie Steele May. Jenny Nicole Vervey. Aaron Martin Snook.
I'd like to ask us to just take a moment to recognize and congratulate Dean Phil Wishon for his incredible dedication and service to James Madison. This is the final commencement for him. He's retiring this summer. Thank you so much, Dr. Wishon.
Will the educational specialist and master's degree graduates from the College of Health and Behavioral Studies please rise and come forward?
Sarah Ellen Dupree Severance. Rachel Catherine Willard. Alexandra Abreu. Melissa Lynn Allen. Erin Kimberly Bear. Savory Ann Garling. Skylar Gonzalez. Jordan Alyssa Harris. Greta Renee Hausman. Brad Douglas Jenkins. Josh Martinez. Elizabeth Hope Payne. Joshua Michael Peacock. Robert James Smith. Nigel Bear Sullivan. Colleen Patricia Waller. Carrie Elizabeth Arrett. Catherine Alexis Barisano. William Scott Wiseman. Bridget Alice Commies. Madeline Dorothy Dippold. Hope Aaronworth Erdman. Arlie Rose Foster. Alyssa Carmen Hensley. Janie Alyssa Jacobs. Marina Shelby Jones. Emily Purcell Kincaid. Abigail Lee Marodi. Laura Ashley Nygaard. Hannah Louise Orlando. Oliya Maya Prasad. Christina Vera Pusatinovich. Beth Melissa Rabin. Rachel Joy Reinhardt. Katie Danielle Statzer. Kristen Mariah Thompson. Diana Nicole Vance Rodriguez. Kaylee Sarah Warburton. Elizabeth Mahaffey Ware. Kristen Ann Byrne. Avery Jordan Coleman. Alexander Robert Balderson. Andrew Raleigh Balderson. Carolyn Maria Chapman. Hannah Lee Frick. Jordan Wesley Goff. Clayton Richie Harris. Tanner Scott Kling. Andrew Sterling Law. Stephen Allen Matichak. Benjamin Jordan Munsey. Austin Wayne Knoll. Brittany Lee Rude. Marie Christine Schneider, Catherine Rachel Smith, Harrison Ross Tony, Erin Ann Woods, Jordan Jean Bear, Tanya Huntington Brown, Brandy Margaret Elizabeth Burkhart, Lindsay Marie Clemo, Jennifer Say Devers, Kelsey Campbell Fortin, Amanda Dawn Fox, Lauren Adair Harrow, Brandy Lynn Hollabaugh, Samantha Lynn Leonti, Caitlin Marie Marzo, Maria Alexandra McDonald, Megan Marie Rowland, Tracy Dawn Seafried, Brooklyn Danielle Snap, Jacqueline Lindsay Weatherby, Paulius Satkus, William Eswine, Lindsay Morgan Grohowski, Jennifer Lauren Moore, Stephanie Ramiro Mosqueda, Rebecca Lee Seymour, Kelsey Dawn Smith, Margaret Ann DeSera, Kayler May Duncan, Stephen Ferrara, Catherine Eleanor Flemister, Lindsay Nicole Green, Ryan Michael Harting, Richard Allen Krogman Jr., Stephanie Lorraine McGrew, Sarah Stout, Joshua Knight, Muna Yusuf,
Will the master's degree graduates from the College of Integrated Science and Engineering please rise and come forward? I should have said that in the singular.
Kyle Patrick Evers,
Will the master's degree graduates from the College of Science and Mathematics please rise and come forward?
Madeline Ray Berg, Christopher Philip Coggin, Bailey Elizabeth Kurthman Lavin, Hannah Catherine Eisman, Melissa Elaine Encenius, Noah Arnold Greenman, Alexa Catherine Hoke, Tyler James Kovacs, Thomas Warner Lowry III. Rachel Marie St. Jacques. Dawn Marie Dulaney.
Will the master's degree graduates of the College of Visual and Performing Arts please rise and come forward?
Sean William Davern. Matthew Roy Houston. Jeffrey Allen Ryman. Casey Linnea Sager. Osvaldo Efrain Juarez. Reva Ryan Thompson.
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Graduates, in the academic tradition, you may now move your tassels from the right to the left. Our heartfelt congratulations. Today, you have achieved a significant milestone in your life. Everyone, let's keep on congratulating these graduates as we listen to the alma mater and recessional.
The alma mater, which was written by the late JMU faculty member, Dr. James R. Riley, will be led by Ms. Thompson. Please stand for the alma mater and remain standing for the recessional of the platform party. Ms. Thompson.
Madison, James Madison will be forever true. Our loyalty will always be to JMU. Thank you.